Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today. It's Sunday morning again, and it's my third video in my Drop 'em 78 tarot reflections, and I'm still going strong. I'm still managing to keep up every day. What I've found that I've started to do is when I get a quiet time, I'll sit and write out the definition or the detail of the reflections, and then I leave the sort of my day and the comparison or discovery bit for later in the day. So yeah, I've not been doing it strictly every day from start to finish because some days are just much busier than others, but I have been filling in the reflections on my day every day. I have been doing that. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with myself, and I have to say that this third week has been a better week than the second week. The second week was full of a lot of pentacle type issues actually, but a lot of health problems. I had 2 hospital appointments. You know, I've got some worries in the family with health issues as well, so there was a lot of that in my second video, and I hope that this one won't be as heavy. But hey, that's life, isn't it? That's just how life is sometimes. So we're starting with the Queen of Pentacles, and this is my card from last Sunday. So I've got the definition here. This is the Indian henna mother, this beautiful I don't know, is she a tiger or a lion? Maybe a lion, I think. And I've written for the definition of this card of the Queen of Pentacles, I've written generosity and nurture, supportive, acts of kindness, connected to children and nature. She appreciates all the senses. There's a sort of energy of planting new ideas and habits. She's simple and earthy, loyal and honest. I think she's beautiful, the Queen of Pentacles. In the detail of this card, there's just so much detail, isn't there? I mean, there's the flowers, the third eye, the pentacle or sort of Celtic knot type thing down here, the butterflies, the crystals. There's just so much. There's kind of a mandala going on here as well, with her beautiful eyes in the middle of them. I just put really a proud mother who provides for her family, and she's connected to the earth, as we can see through the flowers and the crystals and the butterflies. And the pentacle here. So I really couldn't sort of think of much more to say, really. If I'm honest, a lion or a tiger, whatever she is not an animal I would choose for the Queen of Pentacles. So I think it was kind of difficult for me to connect to that energy in some ways. So the comparison or the discovery here with the Queen of Pentacles, this from the Curious Travels deck is much more resonant for me with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like the Goliath here. It's like she's covered in riches, whereas this queen here is just much more earthy and modest. And I do very much see the Queen of Pentacles as being modest. Here she's like almost part of nature herself. She's sort of the same colour as the tree around her, the seat that she sat on. The foliage grows out of her. She's covered in fruit. I think this down here is supposed to be a little rabbit, but that's a very weird thing. I think that's supposed to represent her fertility, but that doesn't really look like a rabbit to me. Yeah, so my comparison here really is that this queen here from the Curious Travels resonates much more strongly for me as a Queen of Pentacles. I would always associate big cats and tigers and lions with wands, I think, for some reason. So, yeah. But anyway, how this reflected on my day, Sundays are generally very quiet days for me. I catch up with people on the phone. My other half goes home at some point, and I sort of spend the rest of the day just sort of relaxing and chilling out, a bit, enjoying my home. And I think on this day I had a really, really long chat with my son. I had a good catch up with him. He's had some health problems also, some worries, and I spent a lot of time talking to him about, his diet, his lifestyle, the sort of things that catch up with you. He's 27 now, and I think when you're much younger, your body will tolerate a lot, won't it? And you can get away with abusing yourself quite a lot, but it catches up with you. And I think that things have caught up with him, bless him. So I spent a lot of time talking to him about that, which I feel is very much a Queen of Pentacles energy. I also checked in on my mum, because obviously she's not very well, and I checked in on my friend who's struggling as well. So I really felt that was it was as a generous of spirit day for me as possible, and supportive to my friends and family, really. So yeah, it was a good day. So the next card for Monday is the King of Pentacles, and he's called the Tiger. No, the Father of Roses. Bless. This King of Pentacles here in the Goliath. And for the definition, I've written reliable and disciplined, a hard worker, determined and wise, has a lot of practical skill and strength, can be relied upon, is trustworthy, again very connected to nature, and really just a rock of support. And in the detail for this card, I've written the tiger's eyes are sort of looking straight at me. That was what I really felt from this. The gaze was very, very direct on this tiger here, like it's looking right into you, and it's like you can't help but gaze back. This King of Pentacles is very sure of himself. It's a very male energy, this card. And I also see that sort of passion and fire in this card that, again, I associate with wands, really. So for the comparison and the discovery, again, this King of Pentacles is much more resonant for me. It's very similar to the Queen. This king sits on a very natural and modest throne. He's almost part of the throne. There's nothing flashy about him. He even has patched trousers on. It's like that's how little he cares for material riches. This is an abundance of different types, isn't it? He looks strong and determined. He's holding his pentacle. It's just much more earthy. The Goliath deck is beautiful, but I don't see kings and queens of pentacles as being big cats. I just don't. And how this related to my day on the Monday was that I actually did something that I haven't done for a long time, and I feel a little bit embarrassed to even admit it, but as many of you will know, I have autism, and I just don't do well in big, noisy, sort of crowded or chaotic environments. And so for the last, I don't know, maybe 4 years, I've been having most of my shopping delivered to me. Tesco's deliver it sort of once a week or so. It made a lot of sense when I lived out in Reading, where I used to live, because it was a very isolated little village, and I would have had to driven a long way to get to a supermarket. But since I've moved here, I'm much closer to society to real life, I guess. There's many more shops and things around me. So I actually went, and I've lived here for nearly 5 months, and I actually went for the first time on Monday shopping and bought my own shopping. And it was actually a very practical day of chores. I did, I felt like I did work hard that day, and I was determined. Do you know what I mean? I was determined to get out and get my shopping. I'm not saying that I'm going to do it every week. I shall still have some deliveries because sometimes I'm just really not very well, and I don't have the energy to even carry my shopping from the car up to my house some days. So I can't say that I'll be doing that all the time, but I'm certainly going to endeavour to do it more. So I did feel like that was a King of Pentacles type energy, that determination. So we then moved on Tuesday. Oh, look, see, they're all sliding about again. We moved into the Wands energy on Tuesday, and wands to me represent that sort of anything that you put your energy into, really, the things that burn in you, your passions and ambitions. Is a very responsive card, and Esther from Mindful Tarot has kind of named the wands, they're the R in the drop, and I think it's respond through the wands. So for Tuesday, we've got the Ace of Wands. And to me, the definition of the Ace of Wands is potential, inspiration, a breakthrough, excitement, passion, believing in yourself, having courage, being able to channel your potential into reality, really. I think it's a male energy. And it's an energy of sort of human spirit, isn't it? And in this card, the details, it's like we've got an octopus tentacle here holding the wand, which it didn't actually comment on in the book. It didn't say why he had chosen an octopus tentacle. So I focused on the flowers, and they sort of represent that new and vibrant energy, don't they? That growing and developing, and watching your vision grow and bloom in the material and the spiritual world, really. So yeah. And my discovery and my comparison with the Curious Travels deck here really was that this is the same sort of energy of something growing and developing, but this time they're sprouting out of the fingertips. And it's really just showing that promise that provided you work hard and see things through. I like that the sun is shining there, showing that passion and fire that's needed to take things through from ideas into reality. And how these cards reflected on my day, really, for Tuesday was that I'd just written, really, I have to say I'm tired and lacking that Ace of Wands energy today. I've written some passion and excitement would feel nice, but I'm just tired. And in part, that's probably to do with the fact that I did push myself the day before and I did go shopping. But also, as you're aware, there's been an awful lot going on. And I think sometimes things just catch up with you, don't they? And so I just written, I'm focusing on knowing that this tiredness and this sort of lack of sort of potential and of possibilities and passion and excitement, that will pass. And it did. I just had a very, very tired day, and if I remember rightly, that day I really didn't do very much. I think I was back in my bed by lunchtime and had to rest, really, for the rest of the day. So that was Tuesday. And then we move into Wednesday. And we've got the Two of Wands. So the definition of this is sort of planning, new ideas, power and inspiration, building confidence in your ability to get what you want, developing skills, action, moving forward, being master of your own destiny. And the detail in this card that I focused on was really like these horns here, the lightning struck antenna here. It's like they are acting as an antenna for this electricity or this energy, isn't it? It's so that it's like it's a flash of inspiration or genius, like a breakthrough. Like you might have thought about something for quite a long time, pondered something, and then all of a sudden there's that flash of inspiration and you start to move forward, you start to take action. So in comparison, the Curious Travels deck here, that has a slightly different feel to it, because the girl here holds, I think she's holding the world in her hands, and she has the potential to swing high on her swing here and bring her ideas to fruition, because we can see she's thinking about something. But for now, she's just content to sit and plan. And this shoelace here is what's sort of keeping her tethered and anchored until she's ready. So this card advises you to wait until you're fully prepared, rather than the full-on sort of charged energy of the goliath that really just does say go, doesn't it? Action. Yeah. And how this related to my day is that I'd written, I understand this energy of building confidence in your ability to get what you want or you need. And I feel I'm building skills around certain areas of my life and things that are slowly changing. I've spent a long time sat in this kind of position here in the Two of Wands, content to sit and plan and think and ponder. And I do feel like certain areas of my life are starting to change. So that was a nice reflection, that really. Then we're up to Thursday, which is the Three of Pentacles. Sorry about that. Can you hear my belly rumbling? I haven't had my breakfast yet. So this was Thursday. This was the 31st of October. So this was actually Samhain. This was Halloween. And my definition of the Three of Pentacles was exploration, foresight, expansion. Oh, Pentacles I said, didn't I? This is Wands, sorry. Listening to your inner voice, finding your way through things, trusting your inner compass, and having those opportunities to expand yourself. And in detail, this bone prism here, which is what it's called, it kind of looks like a dream catcher, doesn't it? It's full of sacred geometry, and it looks protective to me. It looks like something that you would hang up your window or somewhere and it would be protective for you. So to me, it looks like, and it feels like, it's like a map to find your way out of yourself. That was what I've written down. That was what my feeling was about that card. And then the comparison or the discovery from the Curious Travels deck is, I love this card, actually. I've written, you can really feel the expansiveness of this card. It's like all of her planning and goal setting and self-belief in the Two of Wands has led her to this moment where the world is like her oyster, isn't it? She's in the palm of a hand here. She's got that beautiful sun in front of her. It's like she's travelled far to overcome that hesitation in the Two of Wands and now is open to all opportunities. And I just think it's beautiful. I love that card, actually. So I'd written about my day that, again, I feel I'm building confidence in my ability to make certain changes in my life. You know, my self-belief around certain things grows every day. You know, I've been a a long-term student of shadow work, and my Virgo mind really likes to plan and organise, but I do actually feel at the moment that I'm in a more active part of my life where the things I've pondered and thought about and reflected on, and there's a change, there's an action. Things are starting to physically change, mentally change, spiritually change. Lots of things are changing. And it was actually really nice to sit and reflect on that, actually, because sometimes those sort of changes can be so small that you're not even aware of them a lot of the time, are you? And it was lovely, actually, that was they were my cards for Samhain. So for Friday, we've got the Four of Wands, and these are beautiful cards, aren't they? The definition is harmony, celebration, connection, happy home, rites of passage, enjoying those well-deserved family get-togethers, fulfillment, love, home, returning home, having the structure of your home, even marriage, isn't it? You know, we usually see the Four Wands upright, don't we? Like a little place for people to get married. That's what it looks like to me. So the detail of this card here, well, I focused in really on the light coming out from the Mother Turtle's flippers here. It's just like I don't really know what to say about it. It's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just lighting up the whole area around her. There's stars all around her, her little baby turtles, and she's got a belly full of babies there as well. So it's all good things, isn't it? All good things. And then for the discovery comparison here, this is just beautiful, isn't it? These bees dancing together and these beautiful flowers. There's obviously some kind of celebration underway between these bees. They're not fighting. It's a celebration, isn't it? Which I guess these very hard-working bees would deserve, wouldn't they? And I think also these very busy and hard-working bees, they are a kind of reminder that sometimes we need to rest and take a break from work and routine and just enjoy a loved one's company. Just enjoy something that feels well deserved, you know, something that brings us a fulfillment and a love. So how this card related to my day, I was on my own actually on Friday. I didn't see anybody in the flesh, but I did speak to quite a lot of people, and I caught up with some of my friends on Facebook Messenger, and through YouTube actually I've met some lovely people, and most of whom live in other countries, not all but some, and it's just lovely to catch up with them sometimes, really. And I did really very much see that as something that that connection to others, and that sort of enjoying a quiet, peaceful day and enjoying that catch up with my friends. So yeah, that was it for the Friday. And then for Saturday, where I was with my partner Pete for the day, Saturday, to be honest, between the two of us, there was none of this energy at all whatsoever, but there was a little bit somewhere else. So anyway, the definition for this card is action, conflict, ego, disharmony, sort of no cohesive direction, mindless, feeling conflicted, unheard, unseen, a sort of competitiveness with no end in mind, bickering, feeling attacked. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? And the detail of the card, well, just all of these spikes, they're just this sheer spikiness of it. It doesn't feel like there would be any cooperation between these cactus here. You would get hurt, wouldn't you, if you were in amongst those? And with this much more traditional 5 of Wands here, I've put these sort of misguided, sort of childish men, really, in conflict, this sort of bickering energy. No one here is cooperating. There's no focus or communication, just this sort of mindless conflict, this ego type stuff, really. And I also sort of noticed that these men are all kind of faceless, really. They're all the same. And perhaps instead of being 5 separate men, perhaps they are all aspects of someone's psyche. You know, that self-destructive, self-sabotage aspects of your psyche, all at sort of mindless conflict with each other. I know I feel that sometimes within myself. But on this particular day, not really. I had a lovely day. We put the garden to bed for the winter. We went shopping together. There was no bickering, no ego, no mindless conflict, no nothing. But there is somebody in my life actually at the moment that there is more of that quality of feeling with, and there were a few texts exchanged with this person, and yeah, I'm not going to say any more, but yeah, there is a quality to that relationship that I'm not enjoying at the moment, that feels like this disharmony, really, and often leaves me feeling unheard and unseen. So yeah, so that was Saturday. And that's it, isn't it? Sunday has not ended yet. It is Sunday, so I haven't completed Sunday yet for today, which is the 3rd, isn't it? The 3rd of November today. So yeah, that's been my week. So it's been a much more positive week than last week, and hopefully will continue to be so. Onwards and upwards, hey? So, like I said before, please do say hello. If you're doing this challenge yourself, I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed listening to my reflections, and maybe it prompts something in you to journal and look at a card every day at least. I think it's a really helpful practice, and although some days it's quite difficult to keep up with this, I am enjoying it and I will really persevere. So thanks very much for watching. Much love to everybody. I hope you're well, and I'll see you all again soon.